Don't blink. The best cheese in the world. It wasn't planned, but hey, if we're gonna do it, we'll do it. This is part 3 of our East Blue. I know it's not East Blue. I don't remember the name of the. I think it's East Sea, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. We only have the Arlong Pirates to do. The Arlong Pirates. Arlong Pirates. You can see that I'm already tired because I did a lot of videos today. It is almost 11 o'clock. The time goes so fucking fast. It's insanity. I woke up at 4:30. Which means I've been up for 6 hours. There's no way. 4 hours. Now I'm gonna have 1 hour that to do. I still have a couple of videos to do. This is about 30 minutes. A book, Arknight, possibly 2 hours. So that's 1:30. Let's do 2. Let's do 1, 2. Okay, Arknight 4, 4, 4, 4, 8. Okay, I'm gonna do 1 hour of TikTok, which is 9. Which means I'm gonna set an average to stream, which is great. Good. Okay, we're good. Okay, so the Arlong is actually quite important in a lot of senses. And we're back, baby. So super simple. Sorry about this. Had to go to the bathroom. Fast. How much battery we have? We should be okay. Yeah, we should be okay. Okay. So the Arlong Pirates introduced a lot of the concept because introduce race, right? Introduce how strong people can be, but more so. So the fun fact about the previous arc was Bharati. Right, Bharati is a super important arc because we keep on mentioning the Grand Line. Right now, the Don Creek Pirates were super hard to defeat, and they didn't even make it a week in the Grand Line. And also the thing is with the Don Creek Pirates is they're 100 men. Luffy is 4 people. It's Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, and Nami. Nami is not there even. Nami. That's 6 people. Wait a second. No way. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, Nami. 5 people. Okay. So it's 5. So 20 is 100%. 5 is 25%. Easy peasy. Yeah, it's not a lot, right? No, I'm so sorry. 20. I can't do math. I'll be honest, I cannot do math. They're 1/20th of the force of Don Creek. That's what I was going with 20. I don't know what I was thinking. So we have the Arlong who actually went to the Grand Line and came back and we're okay. So we meet the real village of Nami, which is, I don't remember the name of the village, but we see where she come from, and she see why Nami has been stealing a lot. Now Nami, for some reason, she reminds me a lot of Nico Robin in the backstory. Yeah, Nami, she stole from Luffy because she wanted to buy the village back. So what happened with Arlong? Arlong is kind of like same as Buggy, a little by de facto, and actually really cool because how can I say that? See, how can I say that? Fuck, I'm so focused today. Arlong came in the village, but you feel bad for Arlong. You do feel bad. Like Buggy's an asshole. Buggy's an asshole that wanted treasure. Arlong was victim of racism. Everywhere in the world, people were like, "Dude, the fishmen are lesser." So there's a couple of reasons why the fishmen are lesser. But it's really sad for one reason. So Arlong has a tattoo here, which is Rising Sun. Rising Sun is the tattoo of, I think it's Fishman Tiger, which was the nicest of the fishermen pirates, right? Which is weird because they can go live underwater, so we have a ship. I don't fucking know, but hey, I don't make the rules. I do not make the rules. And Arlong, so the reason why is because I told you in the beginning of the video, the first part, the second part, right? I don't remember. The first part, the world is slowly sinking in. So there's 2 people that were chased away. So the world government, which is the leader of the Marine, knows that 2 people were chased away. The Lunarian, we don't care about them until Wano. We don't care about them, and the fishmen. So the Lunarian can fly, right? It doesn't matter if the world goes sinking; they can fly, right? The fishmen were prosecuted because they could live underwater, right? There's also the siren, but we don't talk about that. And there's the last one, which is actually kind of crazy. There's the Lunarian. I feel like it's another one. Fishman pirates. Oh yeah, there's a reason why Shanks doesn't have any devil fruit user in his team, because the world is sinking. He wants people that can swim. That's pretty much it. There's another person that is really dangerous, which is Marco. Marco is part of the Whitebird Pirates. We don't care about the Whitebird Pirates. We do care, but not now. And he's able to have a phoenix. He's able to have a phoenix devil fruit, so he can fly, right? And that's it. So long story short, um, long story short, we have Arlong, and Arlong comes in, and he was victim of racism. So he's not. He was told so often that the fishmen are the lower race that he very proud to be a fishman. But the cool thing about Arlong is he really cares about his crewmates. He really cares about his crewmate, and the fact of Captain Kuro didn't care about his crewmate, Buggy didn't care about his crewmates, Kuro didn't care about his crewmates. So our Arlong is a lot better as a captain. Arlong is weird because Arlong is possibly the best captain in East Blue, right? Which is kind of crazy. So they go in to fight. Then Luffy goes in and he's like, "Yo, I want Nami." The fun fact is we have a lot of strong fishmen. So there's three of them. That's really cool. Now once again, three whites is cool because we got the. There's also two guys that I didn't mention, which is Johnny and Yusuke. Yosuke and Johnny, until I see them again, they're not important to me. They're bounty hunter, but I feel like the sole purpose of them was to be the first. Okay, so oh my god, I have to spoil it. Luffy is a very good captain, right? So you realize that the strength of your ship is good, but you realize that there's pirates out there. People will fight for you. People will fight for you. So, for example, Shanks. Shanks is actually really strong. Shanks has a bunch of crew that will follow him. So, for example, he can say, "Hey, I'm going to war." There's a lot of other pirate crew that's going to come to him. Yusuke and Johnny are important because they're kind of the first people to really want to follow Luffy. There's a lot of crew that are gonna be following Luffy, but the first one is Johnny and Yusuke. So Johnny and Yusuke, they're also just there to give the sword to Zoro because remember that Zoro lost two sword. Now that Zoro lost two sword is actually quite important. Zoro has three swords, right? One of the sword, which is the white katana, is actually a better quality. So the reason why that's important is because we learned that this is a really good sword, and that's the reason why Mia couldn't break it. So it's important because a swordman needs sword, a good sword, and Zoro have at least one good sword. It'll keep that good sword until I don't remember till when, but fucking late in life. It's a good, but it's so strong. It's so strong. Good, good. So yeah, so long story short, I had to stop saying that as I say too much. We're fighting the Arlong pirates. We have the village of Goza. We meet Nojiko, I don't remember. She's the sister of Nami. Now I'm saying this because I stopped watching One Piece a month ago. Because I was watching One Piece and I'm watching it so slowly that I'll catch up. But then they took a break, so I'm like, ugh, I can do shit, right? And Oda's health is not great. Oda Sensei, and yeah. So where I was going with that? Nowhere in particular. Okay, so where I was going with that is we meet the sister. She tells us the real story of Nami, how she needs 100 million berry to feed the village. So Arlong came in and said, "Yo, we're in charge of this place." And then he's like, "No, please, please." And then you see how good she can draw a map. Ultimately speaking, the village is not important to Arlong. Arlong used the village as a base, but it's not important. The important part is he wants to conquer the world. Then to conquer the world, he needs some berries, which is the money, the currency of One Piece. And to do that, he needs to tax the people. So he's using Nami because Nami can draw maps of the whole world as his navigator because she's the best. It's like, "Yo, I'm gonna have you a navigator." So he tells Nami, "If you can help me, I'll pay you. And if you can give me 100 million berry, we'll get you." So the whole time that she was stealing for good reason. She's a good thief. What is also important here is the fact that this was a while ago. Okay, so the government, the Navy that is there, because like, why did the Marine did not do anything? Well, the captain who's in charge of this place is corrupted, and Arlong pays him a lot of cash. So Arlong is corrupted and pays him, so there's nothing to do. Now you move along and you realize that not only is Arlong the captain corrupted, but nobody's trying to help them. So Arlong says, I won't break my promise. So what he does is he's not gonna send a fishman to get the cash. He send the Navi. It's like, yo, this is where I share the cash. If you can get it, it's yours. I don't care about it. Because he wants to keep Nami. Nami worked a lot. She betrayed her city, her village for Arlong. But the real thing is the village know what she's doing. So we get the final battle, which is really cool because Nami, she's constantly being called a traitor. One of the really cool scene is she capture Usopp, and Usopp is a good liar. So what she does is she take a knife to stab him, but instead what she does is she stab her own hand to spare Usopp. She's like, yo, run away, right? That's what happened. There's also instead of having two, he has three. Three great henchmen. The first one is an octopus having 6 swords, fighting Zoro with 3 swords, right? Which is kind of cool because number of sword does matter. There's a fishman karate, which is super important because fishman karate is very strong. There's gonna be a member of the Straw Hats that gonna be doing fishman karate, so super important early on. You got this, you got that, you got the third one, which is I don't remember. It's like a fish that it throws water with his mouth. Who's gonna fight Usopp? So it's actually a really cool battle. It's a really cool scene, which is really brilliant, where they you see Gazo, which is a member. Gazo is the only like fighter in the village, the only one that could stand up to a fishman, but he's alone versus an army, so he can do shit. And he has like a hat with a pinwheel on top of it. So Luffy has the idea. Luffy stick his feet in the floor, and he acts like a pinwheel trying to destroy everybody, and he kills a lot of people, but it doesn't work for long. So he does this, and it's weird because Zoro is able to take care of every single fishman alone. So how strong are they really? You don't know. So then you got the fight. Luffy is in the water because he has an elastic body. They take his head and they put it out of the water, so his head can still breathe, but his body is stuck there. So he can't move his body, but he can move his head, which is kind of cool because it's smart. It's a smart thing. So the whole battle we're trying to free Luffy. So once again, Sanji is going after the Fishman Karate. The Fishman Karate is the hardest fight. Sanji is strong, but the Fishman Karate constantly push Sanji in the water, and in the water he's getting defeated. We have Zoro. Zoro wins the fight, but Zoro was very wounded from his fight with. He's very wounded with his fight with Mihawk. And we got Usopp. Usopp was a coward that ended up beating the other guy, but it took him so much time to beat the other guy that we were fucked. Now Luffy gets freed. He fights Arlong. He destroyed Arlong Park because Arlong was using Nami, and it was a prison of Nami. And then we have a happy finish, which is the end of Arlong. So we defeated Arlong, and we free the village. The best part is the MVP. I forgot to talk about I talked about the MVP of the MVP is always how they leave. Nami, how she leaves is everybody's like, yo, let's just thank you. It's like, no, don't worry about it. But what is really, really cool is she steal all our wallets. Also, the village did give Nami 2 trees with tangerine, which are super important because in the previous one we meet the Yusuke and Johnny who were sick because they haven't been eating fruit. So you understand how important like having fruit is. So the tangerines are important. They had a little je ne sais quoi to the ship. I don't know how they got there, but they got there. Don't ask me how they got there because I don't think there's an answer for that. I don't think Oda Sensei thought about that. And also the MVP is Nami gets betrayed by Arlong, so she has to get a 100 million berry. She gets 93 million berry, right? And Arlong betrays her. So she had a tattoo which mentioned that she's an Arlong pirates, which is tattoo. So the Arlong pirate tattoo is a bit that's a bit of a cheap knockoff. So remember how I told you he has a tattoo, which is the sun tiger. Well, he has a tattoo of Arlong pirates. So it's kind of like ugh. The same thing, right? But yeah, so she's trying to take away her tattoo from Arlong, and Luffy, she sees him crying, and Luffy, which his biggest treasure is his hat, puts it on Nami's head, and then she looks at him and she's crying and she's trying to help me. It's a very sentimental moment, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's the end of our One Piece recap. So pretty good video, an hour long. Holy shit! It was a lot of work, but hey, we're good. Now I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out for a little walk, a little TikTok walk. Then I'm gonna have to read my book, which is gonna be like an hour. Then I'm gonna play some art night, which could be an hour and a half. I have to do some reactive videos, which is 30. I'm gonna have to answer people, which is about 30 minutes, and then the rest of the day, oh, I have to do a TikTok live. Yeah, we'll try to do TikTok live before anything else. That makes sense. We have to do Wacky Squad, which is 40 minutes. Fuck. I have to do it before my mom tomorrow. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.